Talk Bernie to me. Talk Bernie to me.
Hello, and welcome to Talk Bernie to Me.
Podcast brought to you by Babes for Bernie. I'm Kathleen Graves.
And I'm Katie Halper.
Yep, and this week we're actually coast to coast. I am in New York, and Katie is bringing it in from
LA. I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay.
We've officially become a bi-coastal operation.
See, we started small.
We started small, right. Now we're from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea.
That's right. Just to catch some people up in case they've been living under a rock for the last couple weeks. So we had the Indiana primary and the West Virginia primary, which Bernie dominated. It was a really much needed shot into the arm for the campaign. Everybody's back in it, super pumped. We just needed that little nudge. Actually,
right,
I feel like
one nudge. Yeah,
it was perfect timing because we had another epic comeback from Jon Snow. Bernie's not unlike Jon Snow, back from the dead.
Right. Yeah, and of course because of the debacle in New York, and by debacle I'm referring to the voter suppression, not Bernie's campaign.
Right.
But I'm in California. I came out here actually to do a panel that none other than Rosario Dawson organized.
Oh, I love that babe.
Yeah, such a babe for Bernie. She organized it. She was on it. Then Tim Robbins was on it. The actor Greg Palast, the journalist. The activist Bill Gallegos, and the activist Marisela Guzman, and Dania Josephs, who is the student leader at UCLA. It's a really great panel.
Yeah, sounds like
People were pumped. Yeah, Frances Fisher, the actress, was in the audience.
Yeah.
We got her. I got a little gem from her saying why she's a babe for Bernie. There are Bernie signs everywhere you look. Have not seen a single Hillary sign, actually. And things are just, they're looking up here.
That's awesome. So it really is going to, I think, come down to Bernie predicting the future once again, because he always said the day to look for is June the 7th, which is obviously when the New Jersey, but also the California primary is happening. And he said that would be the day that we would take over.
The world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
which is actually, we're joking, of course, but there are people who will say that about him. Because here's the thing I realized, Kathleen, the other day. This is a really good insight. You can't really make the lesser of two evils argument when there's three people in the race and one of them's not evil.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So what you wind up having are really ridiculous arguments against Bernie Sanders, like he's an egomaniac, he's dishonest. They're just such baseless attacks. They're almost funny.
I know. My first reaction was just to laugh. And a lot of times I think when Bernie gets called out for, like on the New York debate where he laughed as the response to Hillary calling him out for his record on guns. And what she's saying was just so off base that it just like your natural reaction is just to laugh because it's just so insane.
You could laugh or cry.
Yeah, both.
Or yell.
Yeah.
I mean, So, and of course, making it totally meta, she then manipulates and distorts what he was doing, making it sound like he was laughing at gun violence.
Oh, yeah.
What people don't do, that's just a no-no. Politicians don't actually do that. Just like politicians don't, in theory, actually pretend that Nancy Reagan started a national conversation about AIDS.
Oh. Anyway, so I'm holding it down here. You're in sunny California, but we've got some important dates coming up, actually. So on May the 17th is the last day to register to vote in New Jersey. So the babes are out in force this weekend doing some voter registration drives. And we are going to pair up with Black Men for Bernie. So we've got Babes for Bernie, Black Men for Bernie, two groups that, in the media, they don't exist. So we'll be sure to pack our invisibility cloaks to make sure that we don't ruffle any feathers.
Right.
But they're awesome and super fun and really passionately burning. So we're gonna meet up with them. It's gonna be great. So we got that coming up in New Jersey, and then California. The last day to register is the 23rd in California, and you can be unaffiliated or a Democrat. So I think it's a semi-open primary.
Isn't that the same thing for New Jersey? Isn't it semi-open?
Yeah. You can be unaffiliated or Democrat. But the interesting thing to note in California is there has been some misunderstandings. There's what's called the American Independence Party, and that's not the same thing as you registering as an independent. It's actually like a really right-wing political group that no one actually meant to.
Stay away from them.
Yeah, exactly. So you want no party if you're in California. And again, this is a historic campaign on all levels, but California has not really mattered, as is the case with so many later states. But yeah, it's going to come down to the wire, that Hollywood ending. We need it.
Yeah.
Need it to happen.
Yeah, we need Bernie to be like about to board the plane.
Yeah.
And then America like jumps into a car and drives the car parallel to the plane, stops it somehow from taking off, boards the plane, and has a bouquet of flowers.
Yep.
And then, I mean, I'm mixing a couple of...
Yeah.
I'm violating a lot of Homeland Security and TSA rules along the way.
We'll just send Richard Gere and actually it would just be in like Bernie's old, whenever he had like a Honda or Chevy. It's like, well, I don't know, whatever it is, it's the smallest one that they have.
Right.
Out of the sunroof, Richard Gere will
Earth
come.
Friendly,
Yeah.
Yeah, so things are exciting here, and I think we're going to play a pretty topical interview for you guys that Kathleen and I conducted with Kate Levin, who's a Californian. So enjoy that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
May I please speak to Kate Levin?
You got her.
You got her. Good, you?
You're in great company.
So, Kate Levin, we were so excited to talk to you. Now, I know Kate Levin from activism stuff, and she's also, in her own right, exists, not just as a friend of Katie Halper. She exists. She's a professor.
Lover.
Friend and lover, yeah.
Sometime lover.
Sometime lover. Part-time lover.
It is a love circle.
From a distance. Kate Levin is a professor of writing, a lecturer, actually. I don't find you very pedantic or condescending, but you're a lecturer at University of Southern California. Her writing has appeared in New York Times, the Boston Globe, the Paris Review, The Nation, and lots of other places. And one of her short stories has been nominated for a Pushcart Prize. Pretty cool, huh?
Thanks, Katie. Thanks.
You're welcome, Kate. Anytime. Thanks
for that.
Yeah,
So I'm happy to be joining you guys.
Yeah. Why is that? So you're a Bernie babe, right? A babe for Bernie?
Absolutely, 100%.
Now we're going to do a little free association exercise. It's called Our Journey with Bernie. Our Journey with Bernie. Now all we're going to do is start and just do a couple rounds of free association. We'll do, let's say, 30 seconds. You have a stopwatch, right? Or whatever, a watch?
Yeah.
So let's do 30 seconds. I'm going to start. Then Kate Levin is going to say something, then Kathleen, then me. Ready? Bernie.
Awesome.
Adorable.
Baby.
Baby bro.
Bro. Okay, baby bro.
Yeah.
Cute.
Inspiring.
Augmentation. No idea. I'm just being honest. That's what came to mind. It's okay if you want to say breast.
I do. I want to say breast so badly. Breast.
It's a trailblazer.
Trail mix.
Nuts.
Crazy like a fox.
Foxy.
Foxy brown.
Foxy Brown.
Revolutionary.
There. That's our journey with Bernie. And look at that.
To the
we
revolution.
somehow got from Bernie to revolution. How did we do that?
Okay.
It's unclear. But that's some psychic, telepathic thing going on. Now, Kate Levin, you're not only a Bernie babe, and we're going to talk to you about that, and you're a writer for Bernie. You're a member of Writers for Bernie, correct?
Yeah, proudly, yep.
Proudly. I am too, not as proudly. But
I know.
It has nothing to do with my writing, just my general state of mind. Why are you a writer for Bernie? Why did you join Writers for Bernie?
Well, because I think it's really important to represent support for him in every forum possible. I've been so excited by the movement that's built up around him. And I think it's really cool. In particular, artists, writers, people who make things, who influence the culture can get together and say, we care about having a healthier society and we're going to stand together. It's that much more powerful rather than sort of a few isolated voices here and there.
Right, like a wonk here, a journalist there, here a wonk,
right.
There a wonk, everywhere a wonk wonk.
Exactly. Yeah. And also anytime you can get organized, you can do more. So
right. Are there any particular issues that really hit home for you, or any positions that he takes that you really like? And Kathleen, feel free, of course, to jump in.
Oh, yeah. For me, number one is single payer health care. That's huge. And he's the only one who's been...
Huge.
What's that?
Huge.
Huge. It's huge. He's the only one who's been unequivocal on that and unwavering and who won't sell out on that. That, and of course, free higher education. Since I work in that context, it's really important to me. really important to my students. I've been really disgusted by the way that's been dismissed by a lot of people, and the way kind of young people's support for Bernie Sanders has been dismissed as kind of ignorant and uneducated, when in fact it's growing out of their real material conditions, and it's coming from a place of a deep understanding of sort of how screwed they are in many ways. I mean, I'm on board with Bernie in all kinds of ways, but the healthcare and the education piece in particular are big for me.
I think that's such a good point, because we actually do our research. That's why we're so fired up. I think if we knew less, we would care less, but that's why.
Yeah.
Can you tell us also about your labor organizing and what you've been working on, and also how that relates to Bernie Sanders?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just really quickly, we're organizing a faculty union at USC, University of Southern California, where I work. It's the largest, private employer in Los Angeles. There are some unions on campus, like, the janitors and the hospitality workers, but the faculty do not have a union. We're a majority non-tenured track faculty, and within that majority are part-timers, right? We are fighting to build a union so that we can kind of collectively bargain with the university to improve our conditions, to fight for things that we care for and that our students care for. USC is massively expensive, and they just have hiked tuition again, and there's very little transparency about where that money goes. So we see this as kind of a fight to improve the university, for everybody, certainly for ourselves and our students. So anyway, so how does that relate to Bernie? Actually, it's interesting. Like, the week I cast my yes vote for the union in our election was the same week I gave my first financial contribution to Bernie's campaign. And I very much saw those as linked, because he's a huge labor supporter. Yep. And I see this fight to kind of build our union and strengthen the labor movement as of a piece with kind of the movement that's built up around Bernie.
100%.
Yes, 100%. Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, yeah.
Now, what about your own babe for Bernie? You have a babe, a wee babe.
Can
you tell us about, can I name him?
Oh, please.
Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan. Really cute. Like the cutest kid ever. So tell us about Ronan, as he may be the original baby bro.
I think that's what I was free associating with before. Yeah, I call him that. But he reps Bernie. He's got his own Bernie Sanders shirt. I'm going to get him some more. But more than that, though, I mean, I think it is important to amass a cool collection of political T-shirts as a young child.
Yeah, of course.
But he actually he's a beautiful, verbal little guy, and so we do talk about Bernie. He knows that Bernie is a nice guy,
and
he talks about Donald Trump as not being a nice guy. But as Ronan gets older, I hope to bring him to a Bernie rally when the primary hits California.
Yeah, it's coming your way.
Great. Yeah. You gotta get some babes for Bernie clothing.
In time, I'll be talking more with him. But basically, I have the feeling that Ronan is very much into a society that's oriented toward people rather than profits. I think he'll come to the Bernie position authentically, but anything I can do to kind of nudge him there, I'll do. I see it as my parental responsibility.
Nudging towards Bernie.
Nudge. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I met Ronan when he was pre-verbal, and I could tell already that he was very much people over profit. He just gave off that vibe.
He's the youngest generation that we have.
Can you send us some audio of Ronan talking about Donald Trump and Bernie, the nice guy?
Can free associate to Donald Trump.
Also, tell him
I will.
Teach him the word mensch.
Mensch. Okay, I will.
We'll have him in for our moment of mensch.
Moment of mensch, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kate. We know you have to go and meet with a student and indoctrinate them with the Bern. Pass the Bern around. Yeah. It's spreading like wildfires.
And not in an STD way. That's so annoying.
Not in an STI.
A quick word on that, as you guys may be interested to hear. I haven't had to do any Bernie indoctrination. I can't walk through campus without a student handing me a Bernie
sticker. We'd love to hear that.
You guys, might be happy to know that there's a lot of
pre-indoctrinated.
Spontaneous Bernie love at USC. I see a lot of frat guys walking around with the Bernie is Bay tank top and all that stuff. So it's pretty exciting to see.
That's awesome.
Wow, we've infiltrated the fraternities. Always a great sign.
Keg stands for Bernie. Okay,
thanks
for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming.
It was fun
thanks
talking
a lot.
to you.
Yeah, you too. Bye, Kate.
Bye.
All right, take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
been another episode of Talk Bernie to Me. I'm Katie Halper.
Kathleen Graves.
And we will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, awesome. Talk Bernie to me. Talk Bernie to me.